Boom. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Happy Friday to you all, and welcome to another live beer review. So today we're going to be taking a look at another beer from Tripping Animals Brewing Company. So I think I've reviewed maybe one or two beers from them in the past. Really delicious stuff they have over there, and I haven't really told you much about them. They're out of Venezuela. Well, not out of Venezuela. They were born in Venezuela, so that's where they started their brewing adventure, and then they moved to Florida. So that's when Tripping Animals started and all that kind of stuff. And one thing this brewery really does really well is when it comes to I really enjoy their can art, because a lot of it's based off animals and it has like a weird, bizarre kind of theme to them, to where it's like, I don't know if they're just upset animals or just like definitely not your ordinary pictures of animals. Like we got right here, where's the name of it again? I can't believe the King of Everything Triple IPA, and look at that angry looking elephant on the front. He does not look pleased at all. Of course, there's just two birds sitting on his head, probably annoying the hell out of him. But yeah, this is a 10% triple IPA brewed with Citra, Mosaic, and Azacca hops. And a really cool thing that they did with this one is they actually brewed it with marshmallow as well. And it's not even a milkshake IPA or anything like that. So I'm really curious how that marshmallow is going to kind of play into how it's going to kind of interact with the hops in here. It's going to be definitely pretty interesting, I'm thinking. It's a 10% ABV, so I would not consider this sessionable at all. And I'm excited. I'm pretty excited because I've never had just like your average triple IPA with marshmallow in it. So I'm expecting it to be hazy. I'm expecting the marshmallow to add a decent amount of sweetness, of course, and then maybe add like a creamy mouthfeel as well. But I'm really curious of how it's going to really kind of mix in with the hops, because there's the Mosaic and the Citra are going to bring in like tropical fruit and citrus feels. Azacca is going to bring in some maybe some stone fruit and berry notes in there. But it's going to be a very, very unique drinking experience, I think. But I love myself a triple IPA, especially a nice triple hazy IPA. So without further ado, let's crack this guy open and see what we get on the smell. So let's see. Okay, definitely very hop forward. Definitely getting like a nice grapefruity citrusiness coming through on it. Not really getting much in the marshmallow on the nose. Yeah, it just smells like a pretty damn solid triple IPA. So without further ado, let's pour this guy. Gonna be drinking out of my Heart of the North glass this afternoon. Let's see how this pours. Oh yeah, nice hazy IPA, that's for damn sure. Looks absolutely delicious. Definitely has a nice haze to it. Almost has like a nice kind of golden kind of color to it. But you can definitely tell this is a hazy guy. And look at that. That just looks delicious. Definitely still getting a lot of that nice kind of citrus on the nose. Almost like definitely grapefruit, a little bit of orange, maybe a little bit of like a lemon, a little bit, but mostly it's just, to me, it's just straight citrus on the nose, which is nice. I really enjoy a nice, because citrus is probably one of my favorite hops, just because I love citrus flavors in my IPAs. So I'm wondering if this is going to be boozy at all, if the marshmallow is going to kind of balance out the booziness. I'm not sure. I've never had a triple IPA where they have 3 different kind of hops and then they just add marshmallow for just a reason. I don't know why they did it, but I think it's time for us to finally give this guy a try. So without further ado, let's give this one a shot. So cheers, everybody. Happy Friday. Okay. So right up front, definitely getting the citrus. Definitely getting that nice hoppy flavor coming through. But then at the end, this is where it gets really unique, because you're getting all the bitterness from the hops and all that kind of stuff, the citrus and all that kind of stuff up front, and then it washes away really, really quick and kind of leaves like that sweet marshmallow lingering on the back of your, on your tongue and the back of your palate and all that kind of stuff. It's very, very unique. It's definitely really nice. I feel like this is to me, sometimes you have an IPA where they add some hops that adds a little bit too much acidity to it. I feel like, because then it kind of gives you that acid reflux feeling after you drink it a little bit. To me, after at least taking one sip of this, I feel like marshmallow would be the cure to that. So if you're using an acidic hops or all that kind of stuff where they have a high acidity level, I think that drinking this and thinking adding marshmallow at the end to kind of drop down that acidity to bring in sweetness, I think would work perfectly for getting rid of an acidity to a beer. So yeah, it's definitely very, very unique. I've never had a triple IPA that had that kind of sweetness lingering at the end. Sometimes you get a malty sweetness or kind of some of the tropical fruit notes that the hops brings in, gives it like a little bit of sweetness, but not like an actual marshmallowy sweetness that you would expect just out of a regular triple IPA. If it was like a milkshake IPA, sure, I may be able to kind of expect it almost, because there's going to be a little bit more like lactose and kind of more of those creamy kind of notes coming through. But overall, I think this one is done really, really well, because they still let you know it's a triple IPA. The hops are still very, very predominant. You're getting the tropical citrus going through up front. Nice bitterness. Definitely not really it doesn't really have an acidity to it at all. But then that nice sweetness that comes off the end that kind of resets your palate is really, really nice. So let's look here on Untappd and see, because if you can't get your hands on anything from Tripping Animals, especially this king of everything, they Untappd shows similar beers to this one, where you might be able to find something that's a similar experience. And I know this one's going to probably be difficult, because I'm not sure if any of these other similar beers were brewed with marshmallow to kind of give you that nice hoppy up front and then mellow sweetness at the end. So we'll take a look. So we got one here from the Brewing Project, which is up in Wisconsin, which I'm a big fan of their stuff. This one is called Things of That Nature Irregardless. So it's a double IPA with Mosaic and Galaxy hops. You wouldn't really do that one. We got one here from Adroit Theory called Chasing Visions of Our Future, the Ghost 1022, which is, semi-sweet body with a complement perfectly intense forward notes of ripe clementine and grapefruit, mesmerizing aroma of tropical fruits with a nice mild finishing bitterness. Citra and Mosaic. Yeah, I don't know if I would consider that one either. Then we got one here from New Hokkaido called their Oni, which is they brewed with Hokkaido rice and oats. So it's and plus they use a blend of two different varieties from Freestyle Farms, and then so giving it like really nice tropical fruit notes, nice pillowy, soft like kind of mouthfeel, which maybe I would say that it's 10% as well, but I don't know if the oats may give you help with the mouthfeel. I'm not sure if it's going to help with, like, maybe the rice may add like a sweetness in there. I'm not sure. But then we got here one from Fair State Brewing Cooperative called the Double Universe, which is a double dry hopped version of the Mirror Universe, which is with Citra, Mosaic, and Eldorado. Nah, I wouldn't really consider this one because it's going to tropical fruit and all that kind of stuff, but I want something, if they're going to put similar beers in this, I want to have one that's like imitating that marshmallowy sweetness almost. And then we got the last one from Magic City Brewing Company called Diamond Eyes, which is just like a nice American IPA. But see, this one's tough. I'm kind of leaning more towards the Oni from New Hokkaido, or maybe this is going to be a tough one. I think I think that New Hokkaido is going to be the one I'm going to suggest for the being most similar. You might not get the sweetness from the marshmallow in that one because there's no marshmallow in it, but using the Hokkaido rice and the oats helps create that kind of soft, pillowy mouthfeel and gives it like that, almost like you're drinking a cloud kind of situation, so you're not going to have to worry about an oily kind of situation with that. But you might get a nice tropical fruit. You're going to get tropical fruit notes with that. Maybe a little bit less on the citrus, but it's going to be a triple IPA. You're going to get the booziness. So I think this Oni from New Hokkaido is probably going to be the one I'm going to choose for the most similar, to be honest. So let's look back here on Untappd and see what else. So the description is pretty much straight to the point. It's a triple IPA brewed with Citra, Mosaic, and Azeka hops and marshmallow. Pretty much what the description says. And like it says here, it's a 10% ABV. Like I already told you, I wouldn't consider this sessionable one bit, just because if you have a couple of these, you're going to be feeling it for sure. And with over 2,240 ratings, this one has an average rating of 4.2 out of 5, which that's pretty damn solid. I could definitely see why it's rated like this, even though some of the past like ratings I looked at for this one have kind of been like a lot of good ones, and then if it's like you either you like it or you don't kind of situation. I feel like that's what this beer is about. So before I look at the global ratings on this one, let's look at my friends list and see who checked this one in. Of course, my father did September, and he gave it a 4 out of 5, which, yeah, to me, this is definitely going to be up there in that 4 out of 5 Untappd rating, close to that for me. But let's look and see. So this guy gave it a 3.5, saying too much marshmallow, which in my opinion, I don't think it's too much at all. I think it's just enough to add that little element of sweetness at the end. Of course, I would like to see marshmallow added to where I want to see marshmallow added into a beer that has a higher acidity level to see if it cuts down that kind of acidity and has it make it more creamy and add that little sweetness to where you're not getting that almost bitter like acid reflux feeling at the end, so it kind of just washes that acidity away pretty much. But let's see what else we got here. We got a 4.5 out of 5 here. We got a 4.25, another 4.25, another 4.25, saying tripping animal beers taste better in Florida. I wish I could experience that, because I know they just had some kind of event last week, or like last weekend, when it comes to some kind of fest. So tripping animals was involved in that. But this, yeah, going to the beach and maybe having a tripping animals beer, I think would be a pretty cool experience. And let's see, this person gave it a 4 out of 5, purchase off Tavor, which is how I got mine. Let's see, this guy gave it a 4.5, purchase at Discount Tobacco and Beverage. That's I love it's weird seeing a smoke shop being a place where people can buy tobacco and beer, which is, this place is in Mentor, Ohio. So let's see what else we got. We got another Tavor purchase, 4.25 out of 5. We got a 3.75 here. This person gave it just a half, like 1/2 out of 5, like 0.5 out of 5. So he didn't like it. So another 4.25, another 4.5, another 4.25, and this is a good one here. So he gave it a 4.25, and then he said it wasn't expecting to taste the marshmallow, but you definitely can. And then the final one I'm gonna do, this guy gave it a 1.75, saying drain pour. So when people say drain pour, it's like they tried it and wasn't a fan, so they just poured it down the drain, that's their prerogative. They're the one that spent the money on it, so they can do whatever they want with that beer. So let's start figuring out what we're going to do on our end for ratings on this guy. Because to be honest, I think this is absolutely delicious. It's really nice. Definitely like that kind of sweetness at the end that kind of just washes away a little bit of the bitterness, along with like definitely the marshmallow and that kind of citrus thing is a little bit weird. Like I said, this is definitely going to be a beer to where you either like it or you don't. There's not going to be really an in-between with this one. So let's look at can art. Yeah, let's see. Tripping Animals always does some really cool stuff when it comes to their can art, just because of the detail they put into the animals on the cans and all that kind of stuff. So I really like that just kind of angry elephant with the birds on its head. Really kind of, you can like market this really well, where it's just sitting in like a display case when it comes to seeing this at a liquor store or a bottle shop. And you'd be like, what the hell is this? It's like a must look at kind of situation, which a lot of Tripping Animals beers has that kind of art form on their stuff, which I can always appreciate. So yeah, really, really solid can art here. They took up almost all the real estate they could when it comes to what they put on here. They have like the savannah in the background almost. Had like nice little background touches. Of course, the detail with the elephant is extraordinary. Of course, having like this going through the weeds and all that kind of stuff. It's just really cool. And they add like little holographic parts in like its eyes and its husks and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, really, really nice. So I'm going to give this a 4.75 out of 5 for can art. Really, really cool. So let's see. If I got this beer in a flight at Tripping Animals, would I get another one? To be honest, like I said, this is going to be you like it or you don't kind of beer. But to be honest, I'm really enjoying this one. So I'd most likely definitely get another one of these if I had it in a flight. It's enjoyable enough to where I'd get a glass by itself. I'd probably get a 4-pack or a 2-pack, whatever it came in, to bring home and just have a nice triple IPA that has like a unique kind of flavor profile to it. Definitely would show this to a couple of my beer friends when it comes to like, you want to try something unique? Here, give this one a try, and just like have them experience something different, because this is definitely not your run-of-the-mill triple IPA for sure. Because you get those upfront like triple IPA, not really much of a booziness to it, but the citrus and the kind of the tropical fruits that come in at first, but then that marshmallows, that where this thing turns into a very, very unique beer. And I think they did an absolute fantastic job at balancing it out. It's very well balanced, not too acidic, not too hoppy, not too much marshmallow, just right enough to keep everything balanced. So yeah, Tripping Animals did a fantastic job with this one, I think. So let's start figuring out what we're going to do for my final rating here. Let's see. I'm going to give this one a very solid 8.25 out of 10. I really enjoy this one. Definitely would be one I would recommend to people just to give it a try. This is definitely one that you're going to want to give a shot a little bit, just because it's unique. It's unique, and anybody's looking for like a new kind of style, or a new beer that's not like your run-of-the-mill kind of stuff you would see at a liquor store or bottle shop. This would definitely be one I would keep an eye out for. I don't think this is available at the tap room right now. If I believe, let's see. Yeah, but let's see what they have at Tripping Animals that may be similar to this one. Of course, if you go to the Tripping Animals website, it's down in the description below if you want to take a look at their stuff. They're in Doral, Florida, so if you want to see what's on tap over there, you can kind of get a good selection. They have bunch of fruited sours, a bunch of like fruited Berliner Weisses, definitely having those smoothie pastry sours available for you if you want to try those out. But let's see what's going to be an IPA. So the one that I'm looking at here, that they're going to be their strongest Imperial IPA, is going to be their Sophie's World, which, let's see, 5 installments of local. It's from their local artist series, and just pine, stone fruit, bitterness, a nice kind of juicy IPA. So if you're looking for a nice kind of Imperial IPA, that one's a double, even though this one's a triple. So if you're looking for a nice double IPA, Sophie's World might be a good one if you want to go over to Tripping Animals. Let's see what else we got here. Of course, we have the Shroom Party, which is another double. So yeah, you have a couple good decent selections when it comes to their local artist series that you can get over at Tripping Animals right now if you're looking for a nice double or a triple IPA. So, but it looks like they have every kind of thing under the sun that people can try, which is really cool. So if you want to stop over at Tripping Animals, that'd be really cool and see what they got available. They're definitely a brewery that I want to kind of check out if I ever go down to Florida, just because going to the actual brewery to where I've had a few of their beers already is always going to be an experience that I want to do, just because I think it would just be fun and be able to talk to people behind the bar and all that kind of stuff. So other than that, yeah, 8.25 out of 10 for this one. Fantastic job over there at the Tripping Animals Brewing Co. crew. You guys did great. But I think that is pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you everybody again for hanging out. You guys are awesome. Of course, if you're looking to get your hands on anything from Tripping Animals, I know they distribute to Ohio, which I saw because somebody purchased it there. I'm seeing locations in New Jersey, Georgia. Of course, you can probably find it in Florida pretty frequently. So yeah, you can probably see the stuff distributed all over the place. Of course, my biggest recommendation is to grow a relationship with your local liquor store or bottle shop that has craft beer. Let them know that you're looking for something through Tripping Animals if you want to try any of their stuff. They'll get a hold of their distributor and see if their distributor can get it, or maybe they already carry it and they just haven't brought it in. So if they get requests for stuff, they're going to try to bring it in, because they always want to rotate new stuff on the shelves at a liquor store or bottle shop like that, just because it's going to get new people coming in, getting new products and all kind of stuff. It's just going to get more income for that bottle shop for sure. So let's see. Tavour is always an option, like I said, when it comes to picking stuff up. You guys have heard me talk about Tavour plenty of times before already. When you create an account with them, of course, that's their beer delivery service. They might not be available everywhere just because they use local courier services to deliver their stuff. So when you create your account through them, you just need to put in your zip code and everything, which is a required kind of thing on there. And they'll let you know right away if you can get stuff delivered to you. But last but not least, if you're looking for a social media platform when it comes to craft beer, always going to recommend getting yourself onto Untappd. It's a must-do if you're a craft beer fan. It's just a really, really fun platform. You can check in beers, get badges, all that kind of stuff. It's just going to be really, really fun. So you can see people like me, Wintucky, Ian, Lee, Not the Real Gerard Butler, Duchess, Logan, the Typhon, Sean, and Lizzie. All of us are over on Untappd checking in beers and just having a good time. So if you want to shoot me a friend request on Untappd, link is in the description down below for you guys. Hope you guys have checked that out if you haven't added me already. But other than that, yeah, that is all what I have for you guys this afternoon. So thank you again, everybody in chat, for hanging out. Thank you, everybody who's going to tune in on the replay. And I'm going to end this like I always end it before we get the hell out of here. If you're going to drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. And I'll see y'all next time. Cheers.